Welcome into the Bluejays podcast brought to you by Pepper Jackson Grill, Sign Innovation, and Pyramid Contractors. Jimmie Allen, Casey Matthews with you here on Senior Day following Creighton 79-76 loss to Providence. Jays had a chance to tie it up at the end. They got two shots. Take a look at it. Casey missed by Nick Graves and a miss by Austin Swartz. Leads to another loss. This one at home on Senior Day is a tough loss, but a very hard-fought loss there at the end.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely fought, and this one's tough because of like we talked at halftime and even before. This one really mattered in terms of seeding. So you're looking at possibly having to go to Butler and winning in order to lock up a 5 seed. So it's really disappointing. On the other side too, like just the reality is this could have been Mac's last game as the head coach in CHI. So if that's the case, yeah, you hate to see him end his home career as our head coach like that. It's just unfortunate. So I mean, I think there's a lot of emotions on that side as well. So it was tough. I mean, in terms of breaking down this game and really looking at it from that perspective. Yeah, I mean, I felt like we had a couple runs and we couldn't get defensive stops. You look at points in the paint, 40-26. Late in the game, they did a really good job attacking us in the paint, and there's really nothing we could do about it. And to me, that ended up being what cost us. I mean, to be outscored in the paint by 14 points, it's going to be hard to overcome that. The only way you can overcome something like that is by shooting it well from three. We hit, I think it was 4 threes in the
second half.
I hate to be the told you so guy, but I said 6, and I would feel good about the game. Give us 6 more points on this one, and 4 more points.
So I'll double down on that I told you so situation.
Yeah.
I said that Creighton needed to score 30 points.
Yeah, he did. 4 more.
They was with this game, and that's exactly what the case would have been.
Some call us the Nostradamus of
many call us. This is the Roll Chase podcast. We're waiting on Creighton assistant coach Jeff Vanderloo. As you can tell by our setup tonight, we're dealing with a little bit of trouble with our camera, so we're coming through our laptops. Hopefully, you still enjoy the show that much, but
you can see me better, Jimmie. That's what the people want.
I think that's why the numbers are down right now. But a fantastic senior day afterwards. Obviously, as always, Mac, make sure that the managers get their recognition. Yeah. 2 of those guys getting recognized tonight as well, along with Josh Dix and Nick Graves.
Yeah. I would love to just say this because it's, when you talk about student manager, I was a student manager early on in my basketball career many, many years ago. So to have the opportunity to be recognized publicly like that, I thought it was really cool to hear Josh Dix talk about the managers. I got a chance to actually work with Pat and Billy for 1 year before I left.
We were the managers tonight.
Yeah. And 2 fantastic people. Just completely.
I don't think anybody else was happier than Billy to be out there tonight to get recognized.
Yeah, he's a great dude, and he's a guy that like I back in the day, Jimmie, I actually used to pick up basketball with the guys, and Billy and I had our fair share of battles on the court, and he's a good dude, and they work really hard. But I think
these are those playground legend stories that we've heard.
Yeah, I had to retire out of fear of injury. Lou just confirmed Lou will be here in just a second. But, so I just wanted to take a second to just give them a shout-out because they do a phenomenal job. John McHugh leads that crew and has since he's been here at Creighton. And, to be a part of that manager's staff, it's not easy. It's a demanding there's just a lot of demands on you. And they do a great job. So we just want to take a second to shout out people that don't normally get a chance to get that shout out.
Yeah, and I know nobody wants to hear silver lining, glass half full stuff after a 79-76 loss in Providence. Obviously, a down year for Providence. A lot of people are wondering about the future of English after this season. But the fact that both of those guys being Josh and Nick, could have made this about them or about their season or about the time with work rate, but both of them closed out their senior day thoughts with talking about how they've got something to prove and a lot of basketball left to play. Very much this team has nailed it in. We're doesn't have expectations of what they can accomplish in New York. That doesn't seem to be the case.
No, not at all. I mean, is the team struggling? Are we in a really bad place? Yes, absolutely. They're really struggling. But they haven't quit. I think they're still, listening, and they're still being coachable. And so when you have those things, like anything can happen. And it sounds so cheesy and so cliche, but it's true. And so they're going to fight. Look, all these guys have pride, especially those seniors that know, you're going to play Butler at Butler, a game that we need to win, a game that we're capable of winning. And then you're going to go to New York and play in that tournament. And that's it. When you lose in that tournament, your Big East career is over. Most likely at that point, we would have to go to the Crown, play in the Crown, and we can have those conversations, if that's
when that happens, yeah.
But they're certainly going to fight, and they're certainly going to try and avoid that. And so, I mean, I guess the alternative is they get up and they say, it's a heck of a year. See you in Vegas. But no, they're going to go out and they're going to
NIL money.
Right? But so I think you can expect. I think you can expect a lot of effort still, as they close out the season. It's not going to be easy. Obviously, this league is crazy though, and it's been a really crazy year in the Big East. So, obviously UConn and St. John's are the class of the league. Villanova's right there behind it. But you look at it, we've beaten Villanova, we've beaten UConn. St. John's not so much, but you just, depending on how that plays out, maybe you don't have to play St. John's until the championship game. So
that's what happened a year ago.
Yeah, absolutely. And look at that. I mean, we had to play UConn, and we were down to DePaul. We took a Ryan Kalkbrenner defensive stop there at the end, was for forced overtime, and then to win that one. Our guys at the pod still don't like me for that one. We didn't know that one.
Yeah, we're three seats down.
Yeah.
From you. No idea.
Yeah. They don't care for me much for all my cheering there, but yeah, so we're in that situation. And then look, you got
it's not just me, the cheering.
Yeah, Jimmie told me I was allowed to, but so then we go and we play UConn, and we beat UConn to go to the championship game. So look, the guys are going to fight. I think when you look at this team, though, the way that we've been shooting the ball from three, it's not going to get done. We've got to be able to shoot. The problem is we don't typically take our shooting ability with us on the road. It just hasn't happened this season. So it's going to take an increased effort. It's going to take obviously a little bit of luck as well in order to be able to get something like that done. But if we don't win, it's not going to be for lack of trying. The guys are going to give it their all. So in a game like today, it just felt like the athleticism, really the physicality was a little much for us, which that stinks. But they're going to have another shot at Butler to see.
We are expecting Creighton assistant coach Jeff Vanderloo here shortly. We'll take a real quick break and come back. It is the Bluejays podcast brought to you by Pepper Jack's Grill, Innovation, and Pyramid Contractors.
Why you need to try Pepper Jack's Grill, the best Philly cheesesteak in America. At Pepper Jack's Grill, we craft your Philly just the way you like it. Fresh ingredients, sizzling on the grill, and endless customization options. Not just Phillies, we've got rice bowls, burritos, nachos, and even vegetarian choices. And don't forget those crispy fries with our famous spicy ranch. With 10 great locations in Omaha, there's a delicious meal waiting for everyone in the family. Pepper Jack's Grill, your Philly, your way.
At Pyramid Contractors, we do it all. From repairing or replacing your roof to updating siding, windows, or gutters. When you have a home improvement project, call Pyramid Contractors.
PyramidRoof.com, never settle for less.
Welcome back inside the Bluejays podcast brought to you by Pepper Jack's Grill, Pyramid Contractors, Inside Innovation, Jimmie Allen, Casey Matthews, and Jeff Vanderloo joining us here. Coach, we're having some issues with our camera situation, so
that might be good.
Yeah, no, you're on screen. You're just a lot more up close and personal.
All right. If I'm not looking my best, that could be the best thing that could happen.
Obviously, the tough night. Talk us through the last 30 seconds. The defensive. You guys get up the bucket and defense and get a chance to go down and tie it. What was the situation like on the sideline?
When we came down to tie it, we were running a play we call Mankato. It's kind of like the other play where we ran earlier, actually, and threw it over the top and hit the guy. Mankato, we tried to enter it to the high post, and we did. And we got that. They switched it. So Josh wasn't usually when you come off the screen and you go back off the screen, you can get on the second one. And they did a good job of switching it. And Josh, got up the best when we threw it out, or when we got the rebound in Austin. So I was the only time out, but sometimes you got to let Austin roll a little bit. But,
Sure.
I wasn't, I guess, for getting the ball with 2 seconds left. You were probably not get a lot better look than that, Our problem wasn't bad. The problem was, trying to dribble the ball up and the guy off, or fouling the guy with 3 seconds left or 2 seconds left on the shot clock, and they had it with 4 and things like that. It was some of that. The one down there, Sellers got at the end. He stepped on Josh. So it's not. I'm not complaining. It's just passable. But he got stepped on, and that's why he was so open when he turned. And Josh couldn't get back under it because he's like, I stepped on my foot. I couldn't,
What do you do about that?
Yeah, and those things certainly happen in a basketball game. That's just all those little things like that. You can't if you're going to win games in the Big East, you got to kind of overcome those a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like that turnover by Blake really, like, we had a lot of juice. Things are kind of going our way, and we obviously are not pinning anything on him.
Exactly.
I mean, it's one possession is going to
Yeah.
However, it's been things like that to me this year, Lou. It's like, why?
Yeah, we're watching the same game, man.
But like, is this for you? You've been doing this a long time. You were a big time high school head coach for years. I mean, and probably going to be in the Hall of Fame in Iowa for that. Like, you've seen a lot of hoops, and why is it that it seems like this team is still making like mistakes that you just should be already out of our system?
Yeah, it's that's kind of the question Matt just posed in the locker room. It's but some of it is certainly our own fault. Some of it's maybe it's the basketball gods a little bit, but that's we actually. I thought we got a decent whistle tonight. I thought that it's just those little things. It's I guess I don't have an answer for you as to why does that stuff happen. I guess for a long time it didn't happen. So now when you see it happen, it's just it just sticks out so bad.
Talk to us a little bit about what Nick Graves, Josh Dix, the two seniors, had to this team, and what it was like to give those guys a hug on the way up the court.
Yeah, first of all, they're great guys. Their parents should be very proud of them. They're good guys. That's the amazing thing. And I this week we've had a couple Hilltoppers where the guys spoke, Six Man where the guys spoke, the luncheon where the guys spoke. And it's just amazing to continue to hear the same story from different players about, like, our locker rooms, we're tied up. Usually, you're going through kind of a season like this. You kind of go like, I bet that locker room's crazy in there. It's not at all. It's we'll show up Monday and practice and everything. They'll work hard and do what they're supposed to do. And we gotta figure out ways to win games down the stretch.
We were in time before you walked in. I love the fact that both those guys made it a point to tell the fans, we're planning on going to New York.
Yeah. And that's all you can do at this point in time, is we got to win a couple games. Hopefully you get a good draw. You're gonna have to play St. John's and UConn, or one way or the other. One's going to be a 1, and one's going to be the 2. So whatever side you come on, if you're going to have to be one and then beat the other, and beat St. John's in their home court. And, other than that, I think everybody else in the league you can flip a coin at. And I think all of us can beat all of us on any certain day.
Yeah. Do you feel like beating UConn the other day will be something that you guys talk about in terms of trying to get some confidence back as we go into New York? I mean, look, I still think, to me, the game, the ball game, this game, Butler, all three of these are monsters. You got to win one of them to avoid playing on Wednesday.
No doubt.
And now you're kind of backed into a corner of at DePaul to win, to keep yourself from playing on Wednesday.
Yep.
How much of that do you think these guys understand that? And this is why I'm asking, because when you're in this era where you have so many transfers, they don't have a history of understanding the difference in that tournament.
Yeah.
How will you guys help them understand that Wednesday at Butler is the biggest game of the season?
Yeah, and then, I guess first of all, you need to explain that to them, and then you just need to explain all the situations to them. And we've done a pretty good job of doing that and try to, they understood the importance of this game. But I thought kind of like the ball game, early in the game, we had a few chances. We could have just kind of jumped on them early, but those things happen. But back to, I guess, to your question, it's even though they're new, like Josh and Owen, they played in the Big Ten tournament, and Nick played in the American tournament. So you would hope that they certainly understand the urgency of the tournament style, however it is. So, and I mean, honestly, there's probably not another team in the Big East over the last 12, 13 years that's done as well as we have. I think we've been in the championship game 5 times. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, honestly.
It's unbelievable.
This season's been a lot of newness or things we haven't had to deal with in a long time. Something this program hasn't had to worry about in a while.
Yep.
It's what playing on that Wednesday looks like. How much does it help that if that does have to happen, that these guys that we're talking about now that are new to this program don't really know any different?
Yeah, I mean, you certainly want them to understand the tradition that we've had, and we don't play on the Wednesday, and it's not something that you just kind of go like, oh, I guess we're playing on Wednesday. It's something you don't want to do, But if you do, it's going to be a fight. I actually think the last time we did, maybe I for some reason I think I remember James Milliken making some baskets and got us through the first game. I think we might even won the second game. Yeah, and but to win 4 is hard. You got to stay out. That's why you got to stay out of that Wednesday. It just beats up your bodies. Now we got a bunch of guys there. We play 10, 11 guys all the time, more than we probably ever have. So maybe we're ready for it if we would have to do something. Sure.
I think, was it Georgetown though?
Georgetown came all the way from and beat us in the championship game. Yeah,
it was unreal.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you in terms of Butler? I mean, I know we've played him once. It's a really hard place to play.
No doubt.
Anything that you're looking at from a scout perspective that you feel like we can do?
We probably haven't had the best luck actually, Butler. Now they were without a couple of their point guards when they lost early, and they just lost. Yeah. Stink, is that his name? The other guard, Robinson, maybe he's out. Yeah. But we've had some luck of recent. I know early we lost a bunch to Butler, I believe. But it's I mean, like you said, it's a hard place to play. They're kind of in the same situation we are. They're trying to everybody right now is trying to get out of that Wednesday deal. So it is what it is.
All right, Coach. Well, we appreciate it. Creighton assistant coach Jeff Vanderloo joins us for the last time this season.
Appreciate you guys in this
podcast. So appreciate you.
You bet.
Creighton falls tonight to Providence at home. The Jays lose 79-76. We'll get ready for Wednesday, and then we'll head off to New York. Thanks for watching. This has been brought to you by Pepper Jack's Grill Pyramid Contractors and Innovation Omaha. For Casey Matthews, I'm Jimmie Allen. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.